Hey, we are back at it again, everybody! Woo! How's it going? Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, Raven. Hey, Steel Commander. Yo, Ollie, what's up? We are back at it again with more Lonely Freddy. So I didn't really do anything to him since last week because I've kind of had like the busiest week of my life. I don't even know what happened, but it was just like crazy. And now I'm like, damn, it feels like it's been eons since I've live streamed and it's only been a week. So I'm like, all right, guess we'll just sort of jump back into it, I suppose. Hey, second stream you're watching, welcome back. Diamond's Word Wielder X. Exciting. But yeah, so one thing that I have changed on my streaming is I changed the POV shot a little bit because some people were complaining. Well, not really complaining, but they were kind of just voicing their opinions that it was a little shaky, like might need some stabilization. So basically, to counteract that, I made another display. I think it's this one. Yeah, I made another display where it's the tiny webcam POV in the bottom corner here, rather than it being solely this one, I guess. Does that make sense? I don't know. But, yeah, so, I am planning on trying to purchase a stabilizer, though it's like $25, so I'm gonna have to invest a little bit towards it. Though if you want to help with the gimbal with the gimbal funds, feel free to become a channel member. Boom, easy plug. Channel members, basically all you get is some cool emojis and like a little badge by your name, but it greatly supports me financially, and I appreciate all of them. So if you do decide to become a channel member, you're cool. I love you. Anyway, so let's get back into it. My desk is a little messy at the moment, so I might clear that off. Oh, that one. Might clear it off for a sec. But yeah, how's everybody's week doing? Am I planning on trapping a child's soul in the Lonely Freddy? I can neither confirm nor deny my intentions with Lonely Freddy. But yes, there is a dead child in it. I'm joking. Probably. Anyway, changes subject. Nailed it. Okay. Alright, so I'm debating if I want to just start putting fabric on his torso and save his head for like a different live stream, because I want him to be built similarly to how Helpy's built. So I'm going to try my best to make the head on him approximately the same size and shape as Helpy here. But that might take a full live stream in itself. So I was thinking for today I might just work on the lower torso and kind of just leave the top as is for now. But yeah, I guess I do have a couple things I could mention at the top of the show while we're working on it. Yeah, I do have a question for y'all. Which one is it? There we go. So at the moment, I had 4, Elmos, right? So, I turned 1 into Helpy, I used 1 to fix Helpy, and then I made Concept Bendy, and now we're making Lonely Freddy with the last one. But technically, the one that I used to fix Helpy, I still had like the physical body for. So I was working on it kind of behind the scenes to turn it into Indo 1 from FNAF World, if that makes sense. Let me pull up a photo as a reminder for those who don't know what Indo 1 looks like. Which is, I would be surprised if you're here and you don't know what Indo 1 looks like. That guy. But I had actually started him since before Secret of the Mimic came out. I have not been looking at the chat. What are y'all talking about? 4 souls to sacrifice, exactly. Tiny Mimic, FNAF. Oh, there he is. Okay, so at the moment, I was building him to kind of look more like Indo 1. He doesn't have any working electronics in him, but I took the little joints on the back here and basically made it so I can still move his arms, like if I rotate them, and then I added this little thing on the back here, kind of make it so he can still work, but he's not electronic, he's more on the analog side. But all of that to say, I'm debating, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this, if I should change this guy from FNAF World Indo 1 to Tiny David Mimic, specifically the little one, from Spoilers ending. So I'm not 100% sure which one I want to do, so if you guys have an idea, let me know in the comments or in the live chat. I'm seeing a lot of people want David Mimic, which I honestly think would be kind of cool, because since I would be building him out of a little guy, I could make parts of him see-through. So I was thinking that'd be cool. David. Okay. Alright, we'll put a pin in that one for now. I'll just sort of leave him as is until we finish Lonely Freddy, and then I'll see what the rest of y'all think after this live stream's over. But it seems like a lot of you will want me to make Little David, which would be pretty fun. Oh, another thing. Sometimes I decommission old costumes, especially if they're broken. But I took apart my really old All Might mask. One of the eyes was broken, so it didn't really work anymore, but the other one I was able to remove. And it is very bright blue, so if I do make David, I think I would use this for his eyeballs. Like, I would take it apart a little bit, because it's like a blue fairy light, if that makes sense. So it technically is just sort of glued like this in this circle shape, so I could probably take it apart and then use it for both eyes if I was to do the David one. Plus, look how freaking look how freaking bright this is. Like, oh my god. Alright, I think we're gonna jump into putting some skin back on this fella, though we'll save putting his head back on for later, so he doesn't need that part. So let's just jump into it. But yeah. I'll try to keep up with the comments more if I can. It's just sometimes it's hard to keep track some of it. So I have a ton of this dark brown fabric still. I was planning on pretty much just using this to cover the entirety of him, and then painting certain segments lighter to be more accurate. So we'll probably just work on his arms, legs, and torso today. Though we'll see how far we go. Might not take as long as I think it might. I even have nicer fabric scissors now, which which was nice. A very needed upgrade. Considering the fact I've had... Where is it? I still have them for some reason. Or I thought I did. I don't think I would have thrown it out. I'll find it later. But I had some pretty much busted fabric scissors. But yeah, if you know anything about sewing, fabric scissors specifically, you only ever want to use on fabric because they are extra sharp to be able to cut smooth lines through fabric and stuff. Sky decapitate him. I did that last week actually. Fun fact, if you disconnect this wire, this blue and green one, from the little motherboard? Yeah, there's like a little motherboard microchip thing in here. If you disconnect that wire from it, and then take this like screw out, his head just falls off. So, I mean, technically, we did that last week. So, I definitely like the idea of getting a camera stabilizer for this one, just because it might be a little easier in the long run, but yeah. Alright, if you guys remember what we did last time with Tiny Bendy, is we glued all these wires a bit closer to him so it's easier for the fabric to go on. But you don't want to glue them too tight, because if you do, it will not want to work properly. But let's see. Just slap on a little hot glue here. Sort of loosely glue that there. You want to make sure to give it a little bit of give still so that it can move. Because otherwise it will not work out in the long run. My name is Edwin. I made the mimic. Best FNAF song of all time. You all know it's true. This guy go and vent? Oh my goodness, that would be so sus of me. Do I know Sir Pello? Oh my god, Sir Pello. Haven't heard that one in a long time. I used to be a pretty big fan. I haven't really watched any of his new stuff, but back when Undertale was super popular and new, I freaking loved Sir Pello's Undertale videos. Oh my god, those were so funny. Drags a dead version of the mimic from different universe. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, I see what they mean by it being a little shaky, because like when I laugh, it's like that's funny. Okay. I'm gonna glue this here too, just to be safe. Just a little. Oh, I also turned the music down a little bit since last week, because I was rewatching the live stream and it seemed a little loud at some points. So if it's too quiet now, I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. It's been a while. Prepare the defenses. What are we defending? I completely missed what we're talking about somehow. War? We're talking about war? In my Five Nights at Freddy's live stream? Sounds about accurate. I'm gonna glue this down as well, so that I'm also gonna make sure he still can move real quick once I glue all these down. Because, like, if I made them too tight, it'll be a problem. It was pretty difficult to put the pieces together, I will admit. It's my chance to be a big shot. Yo. Ooh. Here's a fun thing. Is it this one? Yeah. Here's a fun thing. If you make it to the end of today's live stream, I will give you some When Fate Comes Knocking Chapter 4 news. Anyway. Yes, yes! I love that you guys actually like my original series. Because, like, honestly, it's probably my favorite thing to work on now. Like, unironically, probably my favorite projects are all the original series ones. Not that I don't love FNAF, like you guys have seen. But I don't know. Not to say FNAF gets old after a while, but like there's only so many killer animatronic designs you can do before it starts to get a little repetitive. I'm still a hardcore FNAF fan, I will be the first to say that, but just something about working on my own projects without having to worry about it. It's pretty fun. Yeah! I'm so glad you guys love this series. Chapter 4 is gonna be crazy. It might be a while still though, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I appreciate all of you guys being so patient with it because y'all know how long this stuff takes to do. So I'm happy you guys are cool like that. I had a reference to you in When Fate Comes Knocking. How do you know you're not already canon? Oh, what does that mean? I don't even know. And I made the series. No, I'm joking. Well, that's not. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Let's see if he works still. Oh, right, I took his mouth out. I took his voice box out. Completely forgot about that. There he goes. It looks like he can, yeah, he can still move just fine. Cool. Yeah, he's fine. I love his little dances. Anyway, let's T-pose him out one more time. And now, I figured it would be honestly easier to put fabric on his chest before I make the door here. Just because trying to add the hinge and then attach it and then add all the fabric would be a little wonky, I think. So I think I'm going to add the fabric, kind of leaving this part open for now, and then I'll make a door for it later. Maybe I'll do like a little fancy door that opens in the middle or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll make him look a little different than Helpy, but he'll probably be pretty similar in size, which honestly I kind of like because it's like, oh, maybe Helpy is a variant of a Lonely Freddy or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So, with that being said, let's get into some snipping. Alright, I'm gonna basically just cut off a chunk of this fabric because it's like a couple yards. Well, I don't think it's a couple yards, it's like a yard of fabric, so it'll just be easier to work with if I cut off like a chunk of it. How possessed or haunted has he become since the last live stream? I'd probably say about the same levels of haunt. Whatever that means. But yeah, with this, some people are really careful when using fabric and stuff. And like, I get it, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't really care about seams, like fabric seams. So I kind of just do all my stuff by eye, to be totally honest. Ugh. I feel like this would be easier if I did it from the back. Probably be easier to hide the seam on the front, to be honest. Maybe. Wait. We'll start on the back here. So I think about, that should be more than enough. Go this way. I like to cut off the edges of the fabric, mostly just because sometimes there's this, I forget what the term is, like the edge of the fabric has this like kind of more frayed look to it. Like, you can kind of see, there's like this line here. So I always generally cut this off and throw it away. You're still mad about 31's death? Sorry, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I will admit, his death probably is one of the most memorable moments in When Fate Comes Knocking. Lives in your head rent-free. Alright. Maybe this will be easier if I stand up. Kind of get... Got double POV here. Oh no, my grippers. Where are my Crocs? I can't show you guys my grippers. Ugh. There we go. You guys are awesome. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna probably simplify this a little and just sort of do this bottom section and leave like a horizontal seam here and then do this little section after. I think that would probably be the easiest way to do it. I'm going to try to make this a little smoother here. That's a little flatter. Cool. I realize now that I'm standing, I can't read the comments as well because they're down there, not up on this one. But try to look over. Stop skinning Elmos. Okay, I promise this is the last one. Though I do have 3 sets of Elmo skins that I'm not sure what to do with. Maybe we'll do a live stream one day and make like a Elmo Cerberus. That would be kind of hilarious. You know, there's a reason I'm on antipsychotics. Anyway. Sona lore? No. I'm sure you can figure it out. All the pieces are there. Though it was quite difficult to put the pieces together. Oh my goodness. Okay, I keep getting started here and then it doesn't want to. Ew. I think I'm just gonna do like a line of glue here to attach it and then I can trim it as I go. Add Edwin to When Fate Comes Knocking. That's a good idea. Okay. So for this part, we're going to yoink. Don't cut the wire. Yoink. Well, kind of. I didn't take into account the curvature. No! Oh well. Like I always say, cut 5 times, measure once. My go-to crafting rules. I can always fix this a little bit. Maybe I'll glue this here and then snip this and fold it over. Man, I made this way longer than it needed to be. Don't always come back. Actually, I'm pretty sure the phrase is I do always come back, so fake fan. I'm not too worried about the joint here, because on Helpy I left it exposed, and I think it added to the like animatronic look of him. I'll probably do the same with this guy. Ah! Oh, we shall. That part of him's glued down. Now I'll do the other half here. Or this side, I mean. Ooh, FNAF movie trailer. Oh. I'm very excited for the FNAF movie. I'll be real, kind of like, let me sit down for this. I'll be real, the FNAF movie 2 trailer, there's not a new one out, is there? or there was a little while ago, I forget, but like the animatronics look super cool. And also, I'm so happy that it's taking place at like a carnival rather than just another pizzeria. Makes it feel a little bit more fresh, I guess. At least in my opinion. But I'm pretty hyped for it. Yeah, he's wearing a cape. Actually, it's a toga. What's your question about the golden ring? I won't necessarily answer it, but I'm curious what you want to know. Just like the significance of it? It's a cloak. Can they also turn into weapons? That is a good question. I mean, the Persona does own a golden microphone. I don't know where it comes from, though. Just sort of appears when she needs it. Anyway. My name is Edward. I made the Mimic. This isn't even the Mimic live stream. Man, if I do a Mimic live streams, I'm gonna get so many comments and it'll be crazy. I made the Mimic. My name is Skylar. I made the Mimic. I didn't make the Mimic, but I did hit David with my car, so I don't know. Potato, potato. You know, sometimes I just say things and then I'm like, damn. Oops. My name is Skylar. I made the soda. You guys are awesome. Alright. Let's finish gluing on this little towel here. Bro's gotta cover up. I was about to just pop off and say some out-of-pocket shit, but I'm going to try my best to avoid that. Well, it wasn't on purpose. He just got in the way of my car. Cuts to that clip from, what's that movie? Cuts to the clip from open season of the hunter guy driving down the road, sees the deer, curves off the road and like goes directly for him. Yeah, it was an accident, guys. He got in the way of my car. I think William Afton would be proud of me. Is that a good thing? We'll leave that for the theorists to find out. Kick him. That's how I broke Helpy. Because I kicked him too many times. I'm gonna try to be nicer to this one. No offense, Helpy. I mean, he is... Oh, you guys can't see the POV. Wait. I'll be nicer to him. Though he is kind of on the floor. I don't want to play with you anymore. No! Oh! He's fine. He's fine. It's okay. He's fine. Oh god. Nope. There it is. Just all the way to the edge here, and then I'll trim it. You guys are wild. Make an Elmo wig? That would be hilarious. I did have an idea for an Elmo project that would use all three of them. Maybe I'll do a random bonus live stream, like an unhinged one, and just make something nuts out of all the Elmos I have. Because they're kind of just in a pile over there. An Elmo Sona outfit? Oh my gosh. That's what the red... That's what the red coat is! It's made of Elmos! Oh my goodness. Okay. Do this side. Oh no, my hot glue! Ah. Elmo dressed as the persona would go crazy. Now there's some fan art I need. The perfect fan art doesn't exist. Elmo Sona! You gotta go to bed? Hey, thanks for tuning in for a little bit, Lucas. See you next week, question mark? Have a good night. Get to drawing. Yeah, yeah! Oh my goodness. How am I gonna do this part? I think I'm gonna sort of go let me swap that back to this. You guys can at least see it a little better, hopefully. There we go. I love that the Mimic song has slowly corrupted and it's just some when fate comes knocking stuff. My name is Skyler. I made the soda. It was difficult to put the pieces together. Oh my goodness. You guys are hilarious. And if you ever decide to make your own custom Elmo character, I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Be really careful when you're hot gluing, because if you get a drop of hot glue in the internals here, it will not be fun to fix. And I'll just leave it at that. Guys, I'm kind of really considering making like a little custom character thing once I get the gimbal, to make this little camera look like either like a parrot or like a little cat thing perched on my shoulder. I think it would be kind of cool, just to add to the vibe of the live streams. Could be lots of fun. I might make it off live though, like just as like a little side project, and then show you guys once it's done. Could be fun. Hey, Funtime Jake, what's up? Yes, we are making a tiny Freddy. Welcome to the live. What are we going for? 40 minutes? God damn. I forget how long crafting always takes. Like, I'm always like, yeah, I could probably knock this part out and get that and do this. And then I'm like, oh wait, it takes like an actual pretty long time to do. That's crazy. Maybe we'll go a little longer today just because I want to get some of this fabric all done on him. Ooh, you know what is a good show that I've been rewatching recently? A show I really like. It's technically an anime, but honestly, animes are just shows. So, Demon Slayer. Oh, one of my guilty pleasure animes, if I will. I love that one so much. I'm just a sucker for good animation, and like the movie, and then the season 3 technically, and then season 4, and then the massive ass cliffhanger at the end. It's so good. I rewatched the Entertainment District arc earlier this week. I was trying to work on stuff while I did, and I just had to pause it because I was just watching the show because it was so good. Good times. I was gonna say fun time, but ooh, Akira 1988. Ooh, is that the one? Oh, I know Akira. That's a good one. It's like one of those classic animes. Pretty sure it's more of a movie than an anime. Well, I guess technically anime movies are still anime, but potato. Alright. I am, however, going to snip a little tail here for him. Ooh, maybe I can give Lonely Freddy a little tail. I didn't give Helpy one because he had to sit on his back for the short I was making him for. But maybe I'll take a little creative liberty, give him like a little tail. That'd be pretty cute. When are we getting the When Fate Comes Knocking Chapter 4 lore? I said you gotta wait till the end of the live stream. I gotta keep you guys around for some reason. Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. I just think y'all will think it's cool, and I just haven't had a chance to update the progress bars in a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna basically wrap this part around the bottom here, and then glue it like right here. But first, I'm gonna actually trim this just a tiny bit more. Yo. Don't just say piss. Ah, yes. My comment section is full of intellectuals. W comment. Who would win? Prometheus, all corrupted but in control, versus versus the Inquisitor with his glasses off? Well, that's a good hypothetical, because technically I don't think these characters have ever been in the same location, technically, but I'd probably say Prometheus would wipe the floor with an Inquisitor. Not that Inquisitors can't fight, because they can, they're really good at it. It's just Prometheus, power scaling wise, is probably one of the more stronger characters if I was to put a number to it. Though, here's the thing about good storytelling, is power scaling is kind of pointless, because a good story doesn't really depend on who's stronger. It depends on who the creator wants to win. And that's how you get good storytelling. Personally, all those aura farmers / power scaling stuff, I've always kind of not taken seriously, because it's okay, character A is just a normal dude, but character B is some big ass buff boy, and they get in a fight, but character A wins because he uses his ingenuity to come up with some way to beat this big brawler guy. So, like I've always said, it's never really about power scaling. It's more about good writing, if that makes sense. You want the monster truck to still have a mouth? I think I still have that over here. This one? He's got mouth tires for some reason. I don't really know what I was planning on using this for, but I saw it and I was like, that's cool, I want to buy it. It was only $2 too at the thrift store, so I'm a sucker for good deals. Alright, let's cover up his booty. I might turn it into something though, I'm not really sure yet. Make a Lego Sona. Ooh, that's a good idea. Should have done that a while ago. Oh wait, I did! Bing! The persona! Try to guess who the rest are. You will not get it. I do not speak that language, David, but I appreciate you being here. I don't know what your comment says, though. Genuinely. Yo, wait, David? How'd you survive the car wreck? I thought you were in the Mimic! You know, sometimes I forget I'm autistic, and then stuff like this happens, and I'm like, yeah, The doctors were right. Okay, that comment's actually pretty funny. You hit David so hard he started speaking Russian. Okay, what's... Sorry. That just really made me laugh really hard. I had to pause for a second. Oh god. Wait. This one. There we go. Oh, that was funny. Okay. You guys are a riot. Now for the fun part. By fun, I mean annoying. Gotta get his little booty secured. Pause. You know, one thing they never really talk about when you start becoming like a live streamer or like a YouTuber is out of context posts and quotes. Like, I say so much stuff, and then I've seen a couple of those out of context. I can't remember when I said that, but that sounds like something I'd say. Stuff's funny. Alright, nearly done with this section. Oh. Looks like my live stream was wanting to bug out for a second here. That's okay. Counterfeit and Prometheus are dating. Oh my god. You know, ships are one of those things I've never really, not like disliked, but I mean, I guess. I usually kind of just consider all of the When Fate Comes Knocking characters like ace, but I mean, you can't help it if somebody ships your characters. It's kind of not really in my control, because that's how ships work. But that's kind of funny. Stream is lagging? Is it? How am I doing? Hey, I'm doing okay. Kinda had a stressful week, but I'm hanging in there. I was actually kind of looking forward to this live stream, because I haven't had a chance to sort of just relax and build something for like a week. Ooh, I heard NPCCon was this last weekend. I didn't go because I'm poor as fuck. That's a joke. I have a job, but most of my money goes to bills. But yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to go to NPCCon. That'd be cool. A lot of crazy stuff been going down. I've seen some of it on Twitter. It's pretty cool. What's my job? It's nothing special. Just a day job. I think I've said it before, but I don't really want to get into specifics. Let's just say I like YouTube way better. Hello, goofy human. Little old me. How'd you know? What's up, technically filming? Eric. Forgot how long this takes, but we've almost finished this bottom section here. Then I'm gonna try to do this top section. You're the goofy one? Oh. I mean, it is in your name after all. I apologize for thinking that was about me. You indeed are the true goof. You can't see what I did, but I was trying to do like a bow thing. Whoa. True goofy one. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Ozzy. That dude was old though. Like, I'm pretty sure Ozzy was like old even when I was a kid. Not like old as in like old news, but just like old. Like age-wise. Like he's been old forever. Yeah. Unfortunately, Trisha Paytas, I guess we could just say missed and got the wrong old guy. Come on, Trisha, you had one job. One job, Trisha. You could have saved everyone. Whoops, misclick. What's that TikTok quote? It was a misinput! Misinput! Yeah, Ozzy's cool. I like rock music. I'm not like a hardcore Kiss fan or anything, but I respect it. Bro was a legend. Aw. Well, thanks, Gamer Axolotl YT. I appreciate it. Yeah, my channel kind of fell off, but I mean, I'll just put it this way. For looking for like a silver lining of like my view count dropping, basically it just means I don't really care about like trying to slam out content anymore, because like when I was doing YouTube full time, it was so stressful being like, I gotta post a video, I gotta post a video, I gotta post a video. But now I'm like, it's not my main source of income anymore, so I feel a bit more free to kind of work on the stuff I want to work on rather than the stuff I feel like I have to work on, which, to be honest, I kind of prefer. I don't know. It'd be cool if I got popular again. Like, I would love to do YouTube full time. But in this economy, might be a while. I'm gonna try to maybe use this piece. You want the When Fate Comes Knocking Chapter 4 lore? Guys, I'll just put it this way. Everything that I've done for Chapter 4 so far, you guys are going to be obsessed over once it finally comes out. It'll be great. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Pay all of Sona's debts? How did you know she owed the IRS money? Sona's been committing tax evasion for 37 years. No. Sona, don't commit tax evasion. The IRS take that very seriously. No! That's not how you spell steal. Oh, wait, steal. Ah, I thought you meant steal as in like, yes, steal money from the government. Not steal as in the commenter. Yeah, Fate pays his taxes. Canonically, yes. Oh my goodness. You guys are hilarious. Ooh, just a friendly reminder, if you want to help me with the, I'll just call it the gimbal fund for my webcam here, feel free to subscribe or become a channel member. You get a fancy little badge by your name, and you get to use some fun little emojis. It mostly just supports me financially, so if you have some dollars to spare, it would be greatly appreciated. But also, do not do it if you are not able to. Like, no pressure. I don't want to like guilt trip people. Like, only donate if you can afford it and want to. You want to see the Elmo decapitated? Man, you have to go back and watch last week's live stream then. This one. Bah. Maybe this project will take me longer than I thought it would. I guess Helpy did take me a couple months to build, technically. Well, I don't know if months, plural, is accurate, but it did take me a while. Yeah, I definitely like this POV shot, but I feel like I have to refine it a little better, if that makes sense. You want me to decapitate him? Bro, it'll break him. Here, I'll decapitate Elmo next week. I got a pile of them right over there. Execute. Give him the count the ways death. Oh my god. I understood that reference. The chomp of 2025. Hey, he's starting to look like a cute little fuzzy guy. Let's go. Well, I said starting to look. I didn't say he was looking great. Just starting to look like a cute little fuzzy guy. Still got a little bit to work on. Just ever so slightly. Alright, I'm going to try my best to glue this around the collar here. There's this like slight gap here, but I want to cover that. So at least as best as I can. Roll that up over it. Most of this section will get covered up by the bow tie, but still I want to try to make it look as best as I can. Why did I become trans? Well, it's not exactly a become trans. It's more of I was always this way, but I just sort of went on a journey of self-discovery and realized a lot more things about myself that makes me feel way more comfortable in my own skin than I used to be. So I wouldn't say people become trans. I just would say it's more of a journey of figuring out yourself, just to become comfortable in your own body, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people have dysphoria or issues having to regard like self-perception and stuff. So it's not exactly a become trans, it's more of a realize you're trans. So just to put that there, I feel like I had to specify, just because there's so much misinformation about it nowadays. So yeah, people don't become trans, they just are. It's like, I guess it's like asking somebody like me, being like, when did you become Caucasian? I mean, I've kind of just always been this color. I don't know. So, yeah. How long are we going? Man, hour 10 already? Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this last little strip right here, and then put a little piece around this neck section, and then I might just call it there for today, because honestly this took a little longer than I thought it was going to. But yeah, what's another fun thing I could talk about? I guess the only other thing I haven't talked about is the chapter 4 update, so we'll get to that as soon as I'm done with this. Definitely need to work on this a little bit. Though I will say, I did order this like actual webcam strap thing that can go around the shoulder pad thing I got here. instead of it being duct tape. So I'm going to use this to attach it later, but I need to get like another attachment to add the gimbal to it, so it won't be as shaky. So that's more of a future project, but I figured I should mention that. Let's take a slightly smaller piece here. Yeah, that should work just fine. I'll just go wah, wah. Glue that there, and then using our very fancy snip snip, we shall. You need a sequel to the egg video? Yas. That was probably my first like project I did that actually got like noticed by somebody, which I thought was like the coolest thing ever at the time. Make the shoulder camera the Cleanovac. Oh my god, that would be adorable. Oh, or I could make it Pat Pat. I do technically have a Pat Pat already, but I would have to severely modify him to do it. We'll figure something out for him. Or him as in the webcam. Yeah. Alright, I think I can glue the rest of this down now. Wait, what? Does he become an egg killer? I mean, I would put it more as like, he's an egg enjoyer that just so happens to kill eggs. Alrighty. Nearly done with this for today. So give me like 2 more seconds here. I know y'all are really hyped about the When Fate Comes Knocking stuff. Pretty sure I've told you that it's like twice the size of chapter 1. Actually, it's probably closer to 2.5 times the size of chapter 1. It is basically a movie. So, enjoy that. It's stronger than you. No! Okay, it's funny you say the Stronger Than You music video, because when I first made that, when I say I got hundreds of comments saying Frisk is supposed to be a girl, I got so many, like, for years. Like, not even kidding. I got comments for years on that video being like, Frisk isn't a guy. Frisk is actually a girl. And then I was like, well, actually, Frisk is technically they, them. And then next thing I knew, I was transgender. And I was like, wait a minute. I was a girl the whole time? Wait, that's crazy. All of those comments were wrong. Okay, last little bit we gotta do here is just this little rim around the neck here. That won't take very long. So we'll just do that real fast. With this piece, probably. So I'm just going to go. Just, nice. Okay. So Oh, remember to try not to get the hot glue in the actual joint slash hole there, because that would be bad. You know, I'm just now realizing that I am severely ADHD. And by just now, I mean it's been a hypothetical question in my brain for eons. But also, there's too much FNAF lore in here to be able to just clear it all out easily, you know? Like, that one episode of SpongeBob where it's all the little guys in his head, and they're like, we threw out our name! We threw out our name! That's what it's like in my brain, except instead of it being important facts, it's like mostly Five Nights at Freddy's knowledge. I don't know what I did when I hit the buttons, but for some reason the text on the comment section on my YouTube there got smaller. Not sure what I did. Maybe I need to make sure none of my hotkeys are set to more than one thing. It's probably fine. You guys come here for the jankiness of it. I already know. You guys love me for how goofy and janky these live streams are. That's the only reason. But I'm just joking. Going off to bed? Well, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Dab emoji. Yo, best emoji. Wait, I'll do this for you. What was this, 2017? God, I wish it was 2017 still. Simpler times. There we go. Alright, one final square of fabric. Just glue it right in there. The final square. The final square. And we're done. Slather some glue in there. You know, slather was not the word I expected to come out of my mouth today, but it's too late. Alrighty. Bada bing! Didn't get quite as much done as I was hoping for today, but we at least got his little torso. Turn on. Work for me. There we go. We at least got his little torso completely done, except for the door. We'll probably do that next week. And then his arms won't take super long, and his legs are pretty simple, so I think we'll be able to finish him in a couple weeks. And yeah, I suppose y'all really want to know what the When Fate Comes Knocking news is now. But I mean, if you don't want to know, I could always just like skip it for next. Oh, you do? Oh, everybody's like, ah! Okay. Wait, what are you clipping? No! Alright. Give me 1 second. Alright. So, it's not like a crazy big announcement, but I kind of wanted to just mention it in the show because I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. And yeah, so I have been working on the storyboards for over a year. I am over probably 75% done, or we'll say 70 to 75% done on all of the storyboards. And at the moment, this folder here is nothing but the storyboards. It's a movie. Let's just say it's gonna be a movie. Essentially, once it's done. But yeah. Ooh, Lord. Pause that. See what happens. And yeah, the only other thing when Fate Comes Knocking related that I wanted to mention was, and this might be giving away a little too much information, but I think it will be kind of fun, is I had a buddy come over and film all of his scenes for Chapter 4. I ain't gonna tell you who, and I ain't gonna tell you what character, but let's just say one of Chapter 4's characters, there's quite a few, is already done filming. So it's happening, guys. It will happen. So yeah. Atomic. I can confirm that this character specifically was not Atomic. And that's it! Hey! Thanks for tuning in this week, everybody! I'm gonna just put this on my forehead. I'm going to use 99% of my power. Wait. Da-da-da-da. Wait. Oh. Feel the pain. Feel the pain. Alright. Da-da-da. That's not even lined up in the slightest. Wait. Ah! What's that one YouTuber's name with the glowy glasses? I forget. Oh. Sans! I am Sans from Undertale.